Hi, I'm Gary Beutler for the Water Stores Group, and I own the water store in Midland, Ontario. Do you know what you should and shouldn't do during a boil water advisory? Well, the first thing you need to know is, just as it says, you need to boil your water to make it safe, to disinfect it so that it's not going to, the bacteria in the water is not going to make anyone sick. So the procedure for that is basically you put your water into a pot. You boil it, so you need to have a rolling boil. So you need to actually see the bubbles coming from the bottom of the pot and rolling over the water. Okay, once it's started the rolling boil, then you need to boil it for a full minute. Once it's finished boiling for a full minute, then you need to let it cool, and then you need to put it into a sanitized container to store it. Okay, so if you don't have facilities to boil the water, you can also chemically disinfect the water. And to do that, you need to use a sanitizer, a bleach. So to chemically disinfect, for 1 gallon of water, you need 1/8 of a teaspoon of bleach. You need to put the bleach and the water together in a container, shake it up, and then it needs to have contact time, 30 minutes to disinfect it. Now, if the water is cloudy, then you need to filter it with a cloth or something like that. So a white t-shirt, something like that would be perfect. Run the water through that white t-shirt into a container and then add double the amount of bleach you would add for clear water. So in other words, you'd have to add a 1/4 teaspoon of bleach to that. Again, you'd shake it up in the container, mix it well, give it 30 minutes contact time, and then it's ready to go. Now, you need to put it into a disinfected container once you've disinfected this. So to disinfect a container, again, if you have a gallon bottle or something like that, then what you would do is you'd put 1 teaspoon of bleach in with 1 quart or 1 liter of water into that container. Then what you would do is shake it up, let it sit for 30 seconds, and then dump out the bleach and the water solution, and then you need to let it air dry to disinfect the inside of that container. Now, water filters, sediment filters, reverse osmosis filters, things like that, do not remove bacteria from the water. So your water softener, for example, will not remove bacteria from the water, so you still have to boil your water for drinking. Now, babies, if you're feeding babies, obviously breastfeeding would be best, but if not, any formula or anything like any powdered product that you need to reconstitute with water, obviously you need to use previously boiled water for that. Ice, throw away all your ice. It's contaminated, so you can make new ice with water that was previously boiled. Bathing and showering, that's fine. Just make sure you don't open your mouth to get any water in your mouth. If you're bathing infants, you're far better off to sponge bathe them so that you can control that they don't get any water in their mouths. Brushing teeth, you have to use boiled water. You can't use contaminated water for brushing your teeth, even though you use very little water. Dishwashers are fine as long as your dishwasher reaches a temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you don't have to worry about using boiled water for washing your dishes in an automatic dishwasher. If you're washing dishes by hand, you wash them as you normally would in soapy water, but then after that you need to rinse them in a solution of 1 teaspoon of bleach and to 1 gallon of water. You need to rinse them in that solution and then stand them up and let them air dry. That will disinfect those dishes. Pets are the same as we are. They need to drink water that was previously boiled, otherwise they will get sick. And that's how it works with a boiled water advisory. If you have any questions about anything you've seen here, please contact your nearest Water Stores Group store or check out our website at www.waterstoresgroup.com. And again, I'm Gary Beutler for the Water Stores Group. Thanks for watching.